Guy. So no. So now what I was saying is that you start from the monthly time frame, that the market is very, very orderly. Um, The market is very, very orderly. Like, the market moves in waves. The market won't just shoot to the upside. For example, this market is moving in waves. As you can see, this is a wave. Bling, bling, bling. I'm coming. You understand something now. The market moves in waves now to the upside. Now come back again. The market moves in waves. The market moves in waves. So now we are done. So this is the what? This is the monthly time frame now. As you can see, the monthly time frame is not just moving to the upside, it's moving with a wave, a wave, a wave. So now I want you to see trading like this. Imagine yourself as a surfer. Understand? You are out there in the sea looking for a perfect wave to surf. You understand? As a pro surfer, you don't just surf all the wave. You will not just come here and be selling or buying here. You don't surf on all the waves. You just target on one. On one. It can be inside this range, or it can be inside this way, but what I mean is that you just focus on one type of wave. It can be this bigger wave. The bigger the wave, that is the higher the time frame you took the trade. Like this thing now, obviously, is a swing trade. For me, it's moving from here to here. And so it took months. So the bigger the wave, I don't know if you understand, the bigger the wave to the higher the time frame. So if you want to catch bigger waves, you have to increase your time frame. That's why I said you can even remember this is on a monthly time frame. Okay, now let's now do this on a daily time frame. On a daily time frame, on a daily time frame. The time frame, so you see there is a more lot of waves, like there are the candles are disorderly. I don't know if you understand what I mean. There's a lot more waves than when we were on the monthly time frame. Let me see if I can map out as many as I can. Let me see if I can. Shit. I have to start from the beginning. So let me start again from the beginning. Let me see if I can. Just be patient. You understand what I'm trying to explain now. So you see, there's a lot more waves. I can't even draw all of them, but the waves now, the up and down is now bigger. So that's why I said you don't have to ride all the waves. Just find a way to incorporate higher time frame to your waves. Like find a way to flow with the weekly wave with lower time frame. Don't worry, you understand what I mean soon. So so this is now the current price. Oh, it's not the current price. So let's now move it aside. Oh shit. No, let's move it aside like this. Did you see something now? There's a lot more waves compared to the weekly time frame wave. So this is the monthly time frame. Where can I see the daily time frame? Where can I see the time frames? I don't know if you understand what I mean now. So the waves are a lot more bigger. So as a pro trader, you don't surf on all the waves. You have to train your eyes to spot a particular wave. And you have seen it repeat multiple times, and the win rate is above 50%. So when you spot a particular wave, for a farm, make form an entry or an exit around that particular wave. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Ah, shit, man. Let me explain again. Okay, yes, perfect example. Let me use this DSY time frame now to explain what I mean. First, what do I mean by the time the market moves in waves? Market move down, up, down. These are waves, up, down. This for this type of wave now is mostly found on higher time frame, like the monthly. As you can see, the waves are very, very small and organized. As you can see, there's not much waves. But when you go down to the weekly time frame now, you see that the waves now get more and more and more bigger. See, there's a lot more wave here. See, there's a lot more waves than we see on the weekly time frame. So if you go down now, you see a lot more and more waves, but all of them are still saying the same thing. All of them are still saying the same thing. So what I'm saying is that you don't come on the time frame and you catch all these small, 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 small waves. Train your eyes to catch all this type of wave, all these big waves, retracement now. Then this is another wave. It retraces again, another wave. Train your eyes to catch a particular type of wave, like this one now. It started an uptrend, it went, it retraced, it started another wave, it consolidated here again, another wave, consolidated here again, another wave, retraced, another wave. You understand? It retraced again, another wave. So you don't just train your eyes to catch waves too much. If you go down to 4 hours, waves they the waves herself don't even increase. You understand? So the thing is that many people they only focus on the 15 minutes time frame so much. 15 minutes time frame guy, waves, stroke, like jeez. 15 minutes, this is just for this month to wave, stroke. They're just trying to buy and sell, and catch all the whole small, small waves in this thing without properly zooming out. Without zooming out. You zoom out on the monthly time frame to see, forget the noise, to see what is happening on the higher time frame. Like you see what is happening. It's like climbing on top of a hill. Like you are just, it's like trading on a 15 minutes time frame is like watching the map of a country on a piece of paper. You understand? You are not going to be able to like see and visualize how it all is. But when you stand on top of a mountain with your what I go horoscope, Abi, that thing I used to zoom something. I don't know what it's called. So you'll be able to see more. You'll be able to see more and you'll be able to understand more. That is how going over to the higher time frame, that is the same thing going over to the higher time frame also does for two. So you have to come to don't get stuck on the 15 minutes time frame. So now weekly time frame, you see the waves now have started to increase. Okay, let's start from monthly time frame. Now let's focus on this current price here now. As you can see, this level still looks pretty much valid for me because you understand it still looks like a precary test, so just like it's overextended. You understand? It still looks like it is overextension, but it's still valid, something like that. Because this market now, this kind of now can still come up and leave a week. So it's still, unless we break clearly below here with another bearish candle close here before we know that yes, this market has now is now full blown downtrend. Don't know if you understand what I mean. So until this market breaks below this level, anything is still possible. Can still for consolidate here for some time and buy. So early time frame, we are still missed because of this level somehow. So go down to the weekly time frame. Same thing. Remember the waves now start getting bigger. See the wave on the monthly time frame. Should you see it's just one small wave, one wave. It is like from here to here is one wave on the monthly time frame. Now see how it turns to multiple wave on the weekly time frame. See from here to here has now turned to this small retracement, push again, small retracement, push again, small retracement. Should we see how the waves get multiplying? Then go down to the daily time frame. You see the waves even get much bigger. Should we see here from here now? This box, you see a lot more waves, a lot more waves. You see the waves now get bigger. It is this that used to here that used to shake a lot of accounts. Now Now do you now do you shake account, you now trend again. Why trend it? You now be shaking account. So if you don't know how to spot these waves, and spotting it is another is another problem. The next problem is forming parameters around the waves you spot. I don't know if you understand. Parameters, what I mean is you form your entry, form your exits, form everything. Because waves no go give you money now. Just seeing it alone can not give you money. You need, as you dey see you are capitalizing on the seeing that you are seeing it, and you're making money. So you form parameters around that wave. So that is what I'm trying to say. So now let's go back to our USDJPY. I was explaining something on USDJPY. 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 So I was saying that the market is orderly. It starts from the lower time frame up onto the higher time frame, and at the same time, all of them moving in harmony. I don't know if you understand. Before this trend can start, it will first start from 15 minutes time frame here. Let me show you something. Let's mark out that area now. Let's still map it out again with a gray box so that you know that this is the area. Let's map it out again like this. So now let's go out to the 15 minutes time frame. Let's go down to the 15 minutes time frame. Let's search for that area. Let's search for that area. 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, I think, yes, this is the area. Exactly. Exactly. Say you are seeing now, before the start of that uptrend you are seeing on the daily, started from this 15 minutes. You see, started from this change of character on 15 minutes time frame, broke above it, came back, retested this place with a week, and this small change of character now resulted to this massive wave now that you are seeing on the daily time frame. Let's shoot what's the daily time frame. That's what I'm seeing. This small massive wave now, see this small weak rejection. Let's delete this thing so that you see it properly. You see, this small weak rejection resulted to this massive wave you are seeing here. So all time frame, the lower you go, the higher the wave. So you have to, for you to spot a wave quicker and it's easier, I advocate scaling like starting from the higher time frames. Like if you don't want to go that much higher, you can start from 4 hours or 1 hour. In fact, 4 hours. 4 hours, then if when you understand the 4 hours and how the waves form, you can now relate it to lower time frames and understand how lower time frame waves form because all these things are interconnected. The waves forming in 15 minutes time frame is affecting the wave that is forming on 1 hour time frame, is affecting the wave that is forming in 4 hours time frame, is affecting the wave that is forming. So it is orderly. So as I was saying now, for us to know if this thing is going to continue selling or buying, we need to go down to the 30 minutes time. Although I don't use this thing, I don't use this 30 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes, I don't use them. I mainly use 4 hours time frame. So before this thing can start going down, as you can see now, this market consolidated here and it short always with upside. So we need to see a change of character first. Start from the 30 minutes time frame. Then if you start from the 30 minutes time frame to now affect daily. If they now has now started to shift to bearish, it will now come to 4 hours time frame. So it is when like as you can see now, it's still very bullish here on 4 hours time frame. It is when this 4 hours time frame starts to change structure, starts to shift to the bullish. That's when I will now start capitalizing on it because if you start to capitalize on it on 30 minutes time frame, any small news or any small unforeseen circumstances can distort that wave because the waves is a small one. But before that is before a news can distort this downtrend on 4 hours, it will take time and it will take a lot more effort, and you have more time, you have more enough time to spot it before it happens. But that means time frame it can take you by unexpected, whatever. To just sweep you off your feet 2 seconds, guy. You understand? So that's it. So your work as a trader is to choose time frames. Now you now ask me how do you spot these waves? Choose a particular time frames. Divide the time frames into two sessions. Two sessions. Let's divide these time frames now into two sessions. Now, one session is to know the trend. The trend. Don't know why this pin is shining pink. Oh. I don't know when I send this one. The trend of the markets. First, the trend. Then the second section is going to be your entry and your exit. Entry and exit. EE. I swear, because I studied EE for school. Entry and exit. 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 So your entry and your exits. So as for me, for trend, I use monthly time frame, weekly time frame. Then for entry and my exits, I use daily time frame mainly. Then 4 hours time frame. Sometimes there's a way I do combine them, but I use 4 hours and daily for my entry and my exits. But for my trend, I use weekly and monthly. So once you identify, you need 4 time frames. Let's say 3. Just I don't know how you want to do it. It is peculiar to each person. Like my own, the way I do my own might be different from the way other person does his own. You understand? So you have to find the one that works for you. What I'm telling you is that you have to find time frame first to know your trend. Very, very important. Don't trade against the trend. First of all, know the trend. Then as you know the trend, downtrend and uptrend, you now formulate your entry. Like you might be using support and resistance, you might be using anything, but just do it like this and you go dey sharp. So that's what I just want, say again. So I'm in a live trade now in GBP NSD. I'm in GBP NSD. I'm in this trade here, right here. And it's like, okay, I didn't send it to my Telegram channel, but I sent it to my WhatsApp channel. So why did I take this trade? Why did I take this trade? Why? Why did I take this trade? So this is a multi-time frame. As you can see, the moment the market broke above this zone here, this zone, since then, that is since 1st January 2024, the market has been in a massive uptrend. The market has been in an uptrend. And looking at the way this last month candle closed, it closed very, others were consolidating, but this particular one broke above all this consolidation. This one now, a week, and now the bullish body is forming. So multi-time frame is very, very bullish. And looking, this is the consolidation here. Price has already broken above it, came back and have a retest of that level. And now it is breaking above to the upside. So I did this entry. Now let me not show you guys how my entry is going to be missed. I did this entry on a 4 hours time frame. As you can see, ideally, if I did it on a daily time frame, this I would have waited for this candle to close, but I didn't. I went out to a 4 hours time frame, and this was where I did the entry. I waited for this was you see the market now started shifting structure from 4 hours time frame. I don't know if you understand this thing. Let's start from the monthly. Let's start from the monthly. The monthly now it looks like a week. Let me zoom in. Here now is just like a week. This thing that touched this level here, this level, is just a week, right? Then you go to weekly time frame, you see wave. That week now has turned to wave. Now you see it broke above it, retested. This is a wave. Don't know if you understand. Then you go down to daily time frame. Now I've already known that it is bullish due to the monthly and the weekly. Then daily time frame, where are my entries? This is another. You see the wave now keep getting bigger. This is a wave. Blue, 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 blue. Then it broke above it. Bam. You see, retraced again. Then came back. The wave now keep getting bigger. And now, this is our point of interest. So now, I will now go down to 30 minutes time frame and start to wait for a shift in structure. I will not take the trade on 30 minutes time frame. I wait for it to get to 4 hours time frame. For like for example, to start from 30 minutes. Let's go to 15 minutes now. So you see that it started from there. 15 minutes time frame. You see, it came here consolidated. Then it started to shift to the upside. You see, you started from the 15 minutes time frame. Then 1 hour time frame. The market is orderly. That's the this thing. 1 hour time frame. See, it started to shift to the upside. 4 hours time frame. This is where I will now come and wait for it. 4 hours time frame. See, we started having a higher low, higher low. Then I'll just push the downside on the this retracement. Now this is where I did my entry. Then I said I was supposed to put my stop loss here, but I said no. Let me give this market a little bit space. So I shifted my stop loss to all the way down here for me to accommodate the market where. Then as you can see, it has now shifted to uptrend here on the 4 hours time frame. Then on the daily time frame, you can see shifted now to a uptrend. So know the wave, form basics around it for you to be able to capitalize on the waves. Form your entries and your exits. Finish. Don't trade all the waves. You might not be trading here because trading here is low probability. Don't trade all the waves. Wait for the impulsive leg, retracement, another impulsive leg. So that's it. See you guys later. Okay.